Hey guys, I'm Phil Town from Rule Number One Investing. I want to talk to you about tax returns because tax season is getting a lot closer right now. So it's a pretty good idea to start thinking about what are you going to do when the federal government or the state government gives you back some money, gives you back that tax refund. Hopefully you're going to get one. Well, for starters, there's some really bad things you can do with your taxes, and there's some really good things you can do with them. So let's kind of focus on the glass half full, shall we? So here are five really, you know what the bad ones are, right? You go out and blow the money on stuff you don't need to impress people who don't like you. So here's some really smart things you can do with your taxes that can really put that money to work, all right? So first, you could use your tax refund to get rid of debt, particularly bad debt, okay? So bad debt is debt that you've gotten that didn't get you any kind of an asset that ultimately is going to produce income or a payoff in terms of an investment. If it's not an asset that can produce money, it's probably a bad debt, all right? So we want to get rid of that, particularly debt that's carrying large interest rates. Don't keep that on the books. Like if you're paying 18% interest on a credit card, that's a huge rate of return. And so effectively you're getting 18% just by paying off that credit card. So that's a great first step. Second, you can use this tax refund to replenish your emergency fund. You've really got to have some cash that's stashed away to cover you for the next 6 months. I mean, start with 3 months, okay? What does it cost you to live for 3 months on just the absolute bare necessities, all right? Including, you're not gonna pay your rent for a couple months, you're gonna squeeze everything, miss a car payment, whatever. So how much do you have to have in order to eat, in order to have your kids have food on the table? You've gotta get that emergency fund in the bank now, all right? So that's a huge important thing. I would actually do that before I paid off a credit card, okay? So get that emergency fund started and ultimately build it up to 6 months of money that covers you and all of your expenses. All right, third, you can invest in getting an education. And I'm telling you, this is one of those assets that pays off better than virtually any asset you could have. Knowledge is incredibly powerful. So get an education, you guys. Get classes, get podcasts, get videotapes, get whatever you can to start building up that knowledge. Also, what I'm thinking is you could start buying a few books. I mean, if getting a class for $5,000 or something is over your head, then go back to school on your own and go back to school with books and podcasts. I'm telling you, the Invested podcast that we do, for example, is an education all of its own as my daughter Danielle rips me up as I try to teach her rule number one investing, okay? Go do that. Go do any of the investing podcasts. Go do personal development podcasts, okay? And I tell you, that's a phenomenal use of your time and your money. Fourth, you can use it to boost your retirement savings. This is money you're gonna put away right now, which doesn't seem to be doing a lot, doesn't do a lot, but 20, 30 years from now, that thing starts to look like a return that looks like a hockey stick, and it takes off like this. So the money you get into retirement right now will be the most important money that you're gonna live on down the road. You can set up different kinds of accounts. You can put that money into IRAs. You can put that money, in other words, if you haven't already filled up your IRA for the year, $5,000 to $6,000, $10,000 to $12,000 for a couple, you should do that. Get that money into that IRA so it's protected in the future. And since it's a tax refund, it's not gonna cost you anything, right, in terms of taxes, so put it in a Roth IRA. That'd be a fabulous place for it. Now, the average person, this is why I want you to start thinking about IRAs, is the average person 20 years from now is going to need about $2.8 million in order to retire if they don't know how to invest, because they're gonna have to accept a bond rate of return and just put the money away for long term. That's a lot of money, and you're gonna need to be building that steadily as we go. So get that money into a Roth IRA so you can grow it at a good rate of return without paying taxes. Taxes crush your investment return, so let's do a Roth. All right, fifth, you can invest your tax return into things that you think are awesome right now. And we know what awesome looks like. Wonderful business on sale. A wonderful business is something you're capable of understanding. That's a key thing. Don't be sticking your money in stuff you think you understand, right? It's something you definitely understand. Something that has a big moat, an intrinsic characteristic that protects it from other companies attacking it and taking away its profit. Third, it's got management that has integrity. Oh my gosh, this is so important that you get with people that you trust. management with integrity, and finally it's on sale. The best thing you can do with those surplus dollars right now, this minute, is to find a wonderful company that's on sale. But that takes a little knowledge. So go put the money into one of these 5 things and your investing life will take off. Now, love to hear from you guys. What smart things are you planning to do with your tax dollars? Let's get a conversation going. So leave a comment below with your answer and I'll be sure and follow up with you. So thanks for watching, you guys. Now go play. And if you enjoyed this video, you thought it was valuable in teaching you more about your finances, then subscribe to my channel, you guys, and share this video with your friends or anybody else that might benefit from this information. To learn how much money you actually need to be able to retire, go to the free retirement calculator on our website by clicking on the link on the screen or in the description.